Today is one of those days where the reality of autism just kind of smacks you in the face. I picked up Ricky today from school, and his teacher told me that he had another bad day. He hit a child with a toy, and that's just not like him. And even she says that's not like him. So we need to figure out what's going on. And the hard part of figuring out what's going on is Ricky can't tell me, oh mom, it's because I'm tired, or oh, the kid got on my nerves, or he can't communicate that to me. And then also she was talking about how they are starting their academics. They're getting more into the academic structure of school, and they're learning and recognizing letters and their sounds and things like that. And she said for Ricky, academically, we can't expect that from him. His goals are making eye contact and fully understanding directions and following through with the directions. And it puts you in that place, you know, that place of like that full realization that my child is different. And it's a hard place to be in sometimes, because as much as I stay positive, remain positive about the future and about what's to come with Ricky, I mean, he's made so much wonderful progress. But there's still that looming fact that there are things that it's hard for him to comprehend, which any child at that age, a neurotypical child at that age, would be able to comprehend. Not to hit, and to make eye contact, and understanding more than just a couple of word directions. You know, if you give him pick up your toys and then put your shoes away and then bring mommy that bowl, and you lose him. You have to do it one step at a time. Whereas any other child, I mean, they might whine and complain about it, but they know what you're asking them to do. It's just that, and for me, I'm on the fence about keeping him in public school. There's a wonderful school that just recently opened up, and it's a school for autism. And you better believe that I'm going to be looking into it and weighing out the options for that. I've also looked into homeschool. Because, and I don't want to sit here and brag, I mean, any mother or any father for that matter, you know your child. You know how your child ticks. I mean, after a while, when it becomes prevalently obvious that there's something going on with your child, you become so in tune with that child. You know their quirks. You know certain things about that child. You know how to get them to calm down. You know what works and what doesn't. And it's like every year that passes by when they're in public school, you hold your breath and you pray that things are going to be okay, that this teacher is going to understand that your child is on the spectrum, and it's more than just, oh, he doesn't make eye contact. There are other things about him that make him who he is. It's not just the autism. Yeah, you have to pay close attention to that, but there are other things that intertwine with that. And from what I've seen with doctors and with teachers and with law enforcement, they don't understand that. This is the whole reason why I'm doing this channel, why I'm making these videos. Yeah, I might not be super entertaining, but I'm gonna be raw. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put it out there. People that work in public education, we need to reform that. We need to reform law enforcement. We need to educate people more on this, because yeah, the more that they learn about autism, the more the ratios become smaller, the more you have a 1 in 3 chance of having a child on the spectrum. Even if they're barely on the spectrum, there are still children who are just barely on the spectrum and they have real issues. And you might look at them and say, they don't look autistic. That's a slap in the face to the child and to the parent. For anyone who doesn't have a child on the spectrum, please, please don't say that. So today is a therapy day. We have speech therapy. I am hoping that everything goes well. But I will be realistic. I will be getting more footage. I just wanted to sit down and kind of... I got my coffee. This caramel coffee cake from Dunkin' Donuts. Not sponsored, but holy cow, y'all. I just bought it yesterday and it is rocking my world. It is putting me in like zen right now. So hopefully I can get some more footage, but yeah, I mean that's where we're at right now. That whole realization after picking up Ricky is just, it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but I'm hopeful for the future. Yeah. It's all day. It is all day long. Ricky, stop stomping. So, today Ricky had therapy and he did this. His therapist went a little easy on him because I let him know of how Ricky was being at school yesterday and today. So he did do some of the speech workbooks with Ricky, but he was for the most part really lax with him, and Ricky did really well. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, because when Ricky was acting out during therapy sessions, he was fine at school, no issues, and now He's seemingly doing fine during the therapy sessions, but he's acting out in school. So I do need to figure out what's going on. And after speaking with Ricky's speech therapist, I'm probably going to have to request an early IEP meeting, because I believe the initial IEP is going to happen in December, or supposed to happen in December. If this continues, I feel like there needs to be some things addressed and talked about and figured out to see what it is that's triggering Ricky in his class. Is it something that the child did? I mean, I don't know. There are different things to this story that Ricky normally doesn't become aggressive unless you're in his space or you're trying to grab something that he's really into. That's the only time that Ricky gets like, you know, is mainly, say he's got the tablet and he's playing a game on the tablet and Michael comes up to him and snatches the tablet out of his hands. That is something that Ricky hates. And he will charge at Michael because he was so stimulated by whatever he was doing that with Michael just snatching it out of his hands, he does show aggression because of that. So I want to know if there's more to the story that's going on. And I'm not saying that I don't know. I don't know all the aspects of what transpired from Ricky hitting that child with a toy. And I want to nip this behavior in the bud before it becomes something that he's just doing all the time. This is not, I'm going to harp on this, this is not how my son behaves. He doesn't behave that way unless he is provoked, unless it is something that someone's in his face or someone's taking something that he's really enjoying. And granted, if they're doing stations and he had to transition out of a station and one kid came up and tried to say, hey, it's my turn now with this, whatever they're doing, we got to figure out what's going on there in order to get him to transition well. You know what I mean? I'm bound and determined, y'all. I am bound and determined to fix this issue. Because I don't want any more bad marks. Any more, if we can help it. If we can help him understand. There's so many holes to the story. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, an IEP has to happen. I have to request this. I just have to. Because I can't do another, oh, he had a rough day, oh, he's got a bad mark because this and this and this. Well, what's going on and how can we fix this? Because my son doesn't act this way, normally. Does not act that way. So, they're in the bath right now. I need to go check on them. You like sleeping up there?
Yeah, we'll sleep up there.
That's your bed, huh?
Yeah. How we go upstairs? I wouldn't even go upstairs.
Don't touch that.
Go upstairs.
So I'm kind of just letting them jump, climb, get all that energy out, because here in about an hour they're going, oh, my hair, they're going to bed. Oh, you think that I just fed that kitten? Actually, he did steal my coffee earlier.
I'm going to Kendry.
He drank some of my coffee. So, yeah. He's a bit riled, a bit wired. Me, on the other hand, I grew up in a Cajun family. By the time that I was his age, 3 years old, I was drinking coffee, well, coffee milk. I come from a Cajun family. What'd you expect? I loved it. I have great memories. So I wouldn't change it for the world. Anyone who wants to be like, you were 3 and you drank coffee? Yeah, and I have the best family in the world. So. So I think we're going to wrap it up right here for the day. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I have great news of no bad marks and no aggression with Ricky tomorrow. If I do, again, I will report it. But we're just going to work through this phase, if this is some sort of phase that he's going through. Can y'all say thanks for watching? Say give this video a thumbs up. Say subscribe. And hit that bell button so that you know when, because my uploading times are very sporadic. Again, because of editing and everything. And I vlog, edit, and post all in the same day. I might change that. I might change that in the future. So we'll see y'all tomorrow.